Smile, be chat, join for networking.
Thank you for having me here today at 4NHQ, and it's a privilege to be on the 4N TV channel doing my foresight. What's my foresight on? It's on myself and how I've got to where I am today. You might look at me and think, what do you mean where you are today? Well, I'm 20 years old, but that might say to your head, well, how can you stand here and say at the age of 20 why I'm here today? So I'll tell you. I started when I was back in college, actually. When I was 18 years old, I started my first business called the UK Fuel Saver. The UK Fuel Saver was launched in March 2012. I was studying for my A-levels, planning to go to study law at York University in that September. And what happened was I was presented a multi-level marketing opportunity, and I took it with a bit of a pinch of salt. I did a bit of research in MLM and wasn't really what I was looking to do. And I thought, right, leave it, but I love the idea. The idea was a little tablet which you put in your vehicle, which helped you save up to 20% on your fuel. And I thought, wow, at the age of 18, I'm spending 80 quid a week on my fuel. If I could save 20%, magic. So what did I do? I found out where the unit was sourced, which is over in the US, and I got direct contact with them. Direct contact using a telephone, it works. So with that in mind, I had a meeting with a person who flew over from America, had a chat with myself, and I had a UK patent for a product. And then I had a company. Brilliant, I've got a company, I've got a product. Shit, what the hell do I do? So what I did was I got an office, because I thought, magic, you get an office and it works. No, it really doesn't. So I've got an office, and I've got an office in a little suburb of Cheshire called Hale. Looking out across the bowling green, really nice, fantastic, little 3-man space. Myself and a friend thought, right, let's crack on with it, let's get on the phone. And what do people do? You ring 3 people and they say, no, 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 no. So I thought, right, what's the next port of call? The next port of call was networking. For myself, my first networking experience was in March 2012. It was a BNI group in the middle of Manchester, and it was called BNI Tigers. It was a lunchtime group. It was fantastic because corporate businesses went. We got pulled into a side room, and I was thinking to myself, right, am I in trouble? Because the only other time I'd been pulled into a side room was in college, after I'd done something wrong. And bad experiences were coming back to my head, and I was thinking, and they said to me, what's your turnover? And I said, I've just started, I'm about £36. And they turned around to me, and they said, you have to have at least a £2 million turnover to standing in this room to sell your services. So with that, I thought to myself, right, okay, how am I going to get there? That was the question, how am I going to get there? Not, I want to be there, it was, how am I going to get there? Everyone always thinks when they set a business up, right, I've got a business, I've got an idea, fantastic. But the thing is, you have to put hard work in to get to your end goal. Across the next 12 months, I did a lot of networking. My big breakthrough, as Steph said, it's about being in the right place at the right time. I went to a small little networking group, only had 8 people in it, in a place called Warrington, South Cheshire. And it had a woman called Sue in there, and she ran a business called Creative Design. I thought, well, I've got my logo, I've got my stuff, I don't really want to speak to you. There was 2 tables, there was 4 on each, and you had 5 minutes to speak about your business. I went, right, I'll let everyone else go first because, you know, I can kind of copy off different people. And I thought to myself, well, 5 minutes, I should be able to fill that, I can talk for England. And with that in mind, I had 5 minutes, and instead of me talking about myself, I got them to ask questions. And all the questions were quite irrelevant to what I wanted to say. And in the end, one lady asked, so what do you actually do? This was about 3 minutes in. And the reason she was asking questions was she was the wife of the finance director for DHL. Being in the right place at the right time, she turned around to me and goes, my husband would be really interested in meeting you. Come round on Friday, this was the Wednesday morning, come round on Friday 4 p.m. Come to our house and come and speak to him. He'd be really interested, honestly. So I turn up, 18 years old, there's down in Knutsford, I don't know if you were aware of that, and it's a Millionaire's Mile, it's called. Golf course on the back, and I got to the gate of the house. What do? Press the button, okay. A maid comes out, answers the door, driveway opens, I drive on in my Golf, and there's a Bentley and there's an Aston Martin. I'm thinking to myself, right, okay, I'm in the wrong place. I walked in, and there was a maid. There was physically a maid at the house, and I'm thinking, wow, okay, what's going on? I'm sweating. I'm sweating right now, and I'm thinking, okay, what's going on? So I went in, and the husband wasn't there. She said, take a seat at the front room, took a seat at the front room, and the husband returned from a day of golf. And I thought, oh, brilliant, that's how people who are good in business actually live. They play golf all day. And to that, he goes, what are you doing here? And I blurted out what I did. And he goes, I'm not interested, go away. It's a Friday, 4 p.m, not interested. Now, at that point I said, I'll give it you for 3 months to try for free. And he turned around and goes, go on then. I had to stick to my word. So that cost me 36,000 quid. And I had to think to myself, how the hell am I going to fund £36,000? I'm 18 years old. So with this in mind, we tried to grow the bit. I grew the business with a friend. We had 4 people who we took on as, let's say freelancers. They got paid commission only. I went up and down the UK while I was still at college, so I did 2 days a week on it. And we successfully got business in. Business was generated, money was there. I served DHL. That DHL order, after their first 3 months, they were saving 18% across 400 vehicles, and it equated to an order for just under £250,000. So that was 6 months in. I had £250,000 guaranteed across the next 12 months. Thinking to myself, wow, okay, this is really good. Thing with courier drivers, they kind of go between each other. They're all self-employed. They can work for whoever they want to work for. So word travels fast. We gave a good customer service, we gave a good customer experience. Word travelled through DHL, then it went to DPD, FedEx and CityLink. Well, God rest their soul. And with that in mind, we grew the business across, and we grew it to a team of 24 people. And I was myself going out servicing clients, and we built a quite successful business. Luckily, last August I sold that business, and obviously where I am today. Whilst I was still doing the UK Fuel Saver, obviously with 24 staff and all the sort of experiences of that, I'm an entrepreneur. I wanted to be successful, and I thought to myself, right, what's my passion? My passion at that time was actually getting fit. I was working very close with a personal trainer, and I joined my girlfriend up at the gym for Christmas. I thought it was a good idea until the look on her face. But anyway, she walked up to the gym floor and said to me, "What the hell do I do?" And so I turned around and said, "You go that way, I go that way. You go to the bike, you just go and do what you need to do, and I'll go and do whatever I need to do." And she turned around and she didn't turn up for 3 weeks. And I said, "Why aren't you coming to the gym?" And she goes, "I just don't know what to do." So I showed her around. And Tom at the time, my PT, now my current business partner, I said to him, how much would it be for a plan for Lottie for her to know sort of what to do in the gym? And he turned around and goes, anywhere between 120, 150 quid. Oh, we'll work something out. And at that time I thought, right, maybe not. I went to Google, everyone's favourite free tool, and worked out there wasn't really anything for the niche market for planning and training and nutrition. So what we launched was my PT plan. I sat down with Tom. Tom is Cheshire's finest trainer, trains the footballers, trains the likes of Sylvan Distan, Tim Howard, Peter Crouch. So you know, he's quite well known and respected in the Cheshire region. And yet again, it was that feeling of turning up at the DHL man's house. It was a feeling of sweaty palms when I went to sit down with Tom with this idea, because I thought to myself, right, this is what I'm passionate about, and now I want someone else to be just as passionate to work alongside with me. Within the first 6 months of my PT plan, we did what everyone does. We get our website sorted, we get all marketing out there. We had 3,000 subscribers within the first 8 months of business. We had 3,000 subscribers paying $6.99 a month. We were really, really rolling in it in terms of cash flow. Money was coming in, and only a small amount was going out of marketing. We were loving it. We took our eye off the ball, and at Christmas time, I was on holiday. I was over in Egypt, and I had a phone call. I had a phone call from our web developer, and they said, "Hey Josh, how's your holiday?" "Yeah, well, why are you calling me? It's costing £1.50 a minute. I'm not really interested in speaking to you." And they turned around and said, "Unfortunately, your server's gone down." "What do you mean my server's gone down? Why are you ringing me?" I'm not interested. You fix it." "No, you've lost everything." So we lost just over 3,000 people at Christmas. Obviously, £21,000 a month was coming in. We had marketing bills. We had £36,000 already spent with fitness groups across magazines for the next 3 months worth of marketing. We were thinking to ourselves, shit. So obviously, I do a lot of work with Debbie, and you know, that was my first point of call at that time. And it was evaluate what you had to do to move forward. With that in mind, we've relaunched my PT plan. We're launching on the 1st of June. I've done a massive sort of rebranding procedure, and we're a lot better than where we are. The fact is, people make mistakes in business. We did make a mistake. We took our eye off the boil. We trusted people. Work with people you want to work with. What's 4N done for me? 4N's given me a national portfolio up and down the UK. It's given me chances to go down and speak to thousands of people down at London last November, and it's given me the chance to do stuff like this, Business Connections Live, which I've also done in January, 10,000 views, and it's getting my name out there. It's getting my name across the UK, and it's getting people who see me going, oh, you're Josh Pearce, oh, you sold the business, oh, you've got this, you've got that.
Smile, be chat, join for networking.